Hey everybody, Jordan from Back Society here. Do me a favor and click that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single episode. Now, back to grinding. Welcome back to Back Society. I'm your co-host Jay with my other co-hosts.
S.
And of course you know the other one.
C Money.
All right guys, it's been 2 weeks since we last met. What has been going on in your lives, work lives, your grinding lives, the world, I guess? It's been crazy out there. How we holding?
How about yours? So you can talk about Vegas.
So,
Yeah. Start us off on a high note so we can bring it down.
Hell yeah. I mean, okay, so as some of you may know, I went to Vegas last week. It was a good time. I stayed at Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood was nice. It's definitely showing its age. I went to shows. I ate my ass and food, dude. There was like 20 Gordon Ramsay restaurants, dude. It's crazy out there. I didn't realize the Mirage closed. That's insane. It was iconic.
What shows did you see?
I saw Chris Angel. I went to see Chris Angel. I saw it.
Mind freak.
My mind was absolutely freaked, dude. It was crazy. I saw the show inside the Sphere. I went to the art museum. I didn't get to go to Fremont. I really wanted to, but there wasn't time.
Awesome.
It was good. I took Tegan. She wanted to see RuPaul, so we saw RuPaul. It was actually pretty fun. Yeah, it was just a good time, dude. I just ate. That Link Promenade was fucking awesome. I love Caesar's Promenade. Was awesome. I did the Venetian gondola ride. That was fun. Dude, Vegas was awesome. It's like as cool as it was to go with my girlfriend. It's definitely a lot more fun. I feel like if you go with like a group of people. So I'll probably do that next time. I can't wait to go next time. That place is dope. I will say this, dude. Harry Reid, fix your fucking TSA. That was the worst TSA experience I ever had. It took an hour and a half to get through it.
Don't you have pre-check?
Harry Reid dead?
No.
That's the name of the airport, dude. God.
What?
Tell me you never been to Vegas without telling me you never been to Vegas.
I'm sorry, dude. If I was a gambler, though, my flight got delayed for 2 hours, right? And if I was a gambler, because they have slot machines all over the airport,
right when you walk off the plane, you're like, I'm in fucking Vegas.
It's really in your face. They even have smoking lounges in the airport. Yeah. And I went in there just to have a quick vape, and I couldn't breathe, dude. It was thick.
Bro. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've been to Vegas quite a few times, and I've never been to a show. No, dude, I'm too busy on the craps table, baby. I'm either eating or I'm gambling.
You are.
Are you kidding me? I'm there for one reason and one reason only.
Exactly.
And that's to take it down.
Dude.
All right.
I was there for the atmosphere, bro.
And good food.
Taking the house.
There was one show I almost went to. Only one. And it was Britney Spears. But
toxic.
The day we got there was the day she was starting her break. I was so pissed.
And
so I vowed to never see another show.
No, man. Dude, I wish I had postponed it for another week because Backstreet Boys is going to be there.
Oh my God,
dude. They'll be playing in the Sphere, dude. Dope.
I'm so burnt out on the Backstreet Boys. My kids fucking listen to them all the time.
Kids are being
when nostalgia, at first you're like, oh, I love nostalgia. And then you're like, dude, now I'm like, this is what people's parents felt like back in the late 90s, bro. Turn that shit off.
It could be worse. They could be listening to Skibbity Toilet, dude.
Skibbity Toilet. What?
But no, but it's different though. It's different because you don't want them to ruin stuff that you grew up with. When you go once in a while, you're like, yeah, I'll do some weird nostalgic weird, what's the word I'm looking for, man? I don't even know, but we just go back.
Just call it what it is, man. They're the oldies now.
It's not the oldies, bro.
They are the oldies.
I'm gonna call it guilty pleasures. It's guilty pleasures.
Or the classic.
Bye comes on. You're like, all right, yeah, okay, this brings me back. Some old JT, but now I'm like, oh my God, dude, if I have to hear Justin Timberlake one more fucking time, and we're just slowly working. We're just slowly working up. No, we haven't hit. We just got the sexy back in the timeline. So it's like I'm like, okay, this is 2006. This is
thank God it gets better.
College. And I'm like, okay, I still have some nostalgia here, but we're starting to burn through it, bro. And my fuse is just getting shorter and shorter
Dude,
and shorter.
all I know in Vegas, when you're not in the Bellagio, they're playing like late 2000s pop, like early 2010s now, because we're the market now.
Bro. I'm not a big fan of the Bellagio
I thought
or
it was,
Caesars.
I thought the Bellagio looked really nice. I mean, I didn't stay there; I just walked through it. I thought it was cool. Caesars, I loved just how Caesars looked inside. I like the
Cool.
promenade.
It's a cool like feel to it. Like the thing I don't like about the Bellagio are the low ceilings. Like I'm not a big fan of that old school like dirty Vegas like mob mentality kind of shit. The one thing I really liked about Caesars was the nightclub they had. It was called Pure and they renamed it something else.
I know what you're talking about.
That place is pretty dope and they got the rooftop right there like overlooking. I've been there a few times. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean it is really cool. I liked it. The couple of things I did not like about Vegas. Okay. Also, I want to note that when I was there, it was like straight 50s the entire time I was there. Like it was the locals were dying on the streets.
Weather-wise, it was in the 50s?
The whole time I was there, yeah, in the 50s.
Damn.
Really?
Oh my God. I didn't get to check out any of the pools. So
that sucks. Bro, Marquee Mondays?
Yeah, no.
It's wild.
I was excited, but like couldn't do it. I wanted to check out like Mandalay Bays, Bellagio's. But
yeah. Did you go to Aria?
I did go to Aria, yeah.
Aria is pretty dope. The entrance of Aria is pretty wild.
It is. I like that and the Cosmo. I thought Cosmo was really cool.
Cosmo's cool. Did you go to any speakeasies?
I went to 1923.
Oh, you did? I don't think I've been to 1923. Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. On Thursdays nights and Fridays they have like a ghost shit going on, like mobster ghosts and shit. I don't know. I thought that was going to be pretty cool. If they did like Bugsy Moran or something like that. That was.
Did you make it the ghost donkey?
No, I didn't make it the ghost donkey. No. It sounded cool.
Ghost donkey's dope, dude. It only seats like I don't know, maybe 20 people. It's super small. But the problem is like, when you're walking through where they have all the restaurants, it's just one of those doors. It looks like a janitor's closet and it's just got the donkey on it.
Right.
But you could tell it's about to open because people will start lining up.
I bet.
And you're just like, there it is. There it is. Speakeasy my ass.
I mean, it's the sheer amount of things to do. Not to mention that, like, if you're a rich dude, everything's at your feet, dude.
It's a different
crazy.
world.
Yeah.
Did you go to Secret Pizza?
I did. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was right there. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, you don't. And all of a sudden, like, I remember we were looking for it, and I was getting pissed because we couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary's like, it's like right around here somewhere. And all of a sudden, it just hit me. I was like, what's that smell? I was like, I'm just going to follow my nose. Next thing you know, walking down this hallway, and I'm like, here it is. It's expensive as shit, but it's good. It's like pretty good.
Everything is expensive. Like I remember when I was like waiting to check in for like Planet Hollywood, I was like, oh, there's a Starbucks. I'm just going to get a cold brew. $10.
Bro, that's when you just go stand at the table.
$10. I found like few good drinks that were pretty good. Like that Eiffel Tower drink I had in that picture was about like $30. And you know what?
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish it. The dude dumped the whole like bottle of Montezuma in it.
Yeah, man. They're there to fuck you up, bro. You get
mission accomplished, dude. I was on that gondola not knowing where I was the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love the Venetian, bro. I love walking through the Venetian.
Yeah, the Venetian
and the Palazzo. Paris is actually pretty cool. It's all right. I've never been up to the Eiffel Tower, but I want to.
I didn't either, but I got breakfast at Mon Ami Gabby. It was actually pretty good.
How long was the flight?
It was like 4 hours there, 3 hours back. It wasn't a bad flight at all.
Did you have a layover anywhere, or was it direct?
Direct. I don't do layovers.
I mean, okay. All right, cool. You're so cool. I don't do layovers.
Sorry, dude. I just don't do it. It's straight business class.
Straight business class.
Business class.
I only when I go to Vegas, I only fly private. So.
Okay.
Private.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were that good. You have a limousine waiting for you too?
No, dude. I get off the plane and they're like, "Where's your car?" I'm like, "I'm walking, baby."
Wait, you walk straight there?
No.
I was gonna
No.
say, dude, because like I'm like looking out the window, like to Planet Hollywood, and it looks like The Walking Dead out there.
There, yeah. I mean, I like Vegas. I like walking around Vegas. It's just fun, man. The one thing I like Planet Hollywood is it's like kind of in the middle.
Yeah, it was like the location was perfect.
It's like the best location. Like it's right across from the Cosmo and the Aria and the Bellagio and the Parrot right next door. And you can MGM is right down there. Yeah.
It was like it was perfect. I could get to the link. I got to Luxor pretty quickly. Where else? I like New York, New York. I thought that place was pretty cool looking.
It's okay. I've walked through it one time. It's like kind of a family casino, which is weird to say, but that's what it is.
It definitely is, but it was cool. I mean, I went to all the places. I went to like I went to the Hershey's, the M&M store. I thought was pretty cool.
That thing's been there forever, bro.
It was cool. 4 floors of just straight M&M. Let's go.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
They had I saw advertisements because was it Horseshoe has that like giant Giordano's and they're like the greatest pizza in the world. I was like, it's the most disgusting pizza in the world.
Wait, there's a Horseshoe out there? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Horseshoe. It's in between Planet Hollywood and Link.
Oh, that's new.
Is it?
Yeah, it has not been there that long.
It's pretty cool. They got like a bunch of country bars in it and stuff like Old Red. Like the song.
Did you go to Harrah's?
You know what? I didn't go to Harrah's.
So you didn't go to,
but I never go. I didn't went into it.
You didn't go to Hash House of Go Go?
No, I kind of skipped that. I went like to Link, to Flamingo, but I skipped Harrah's on my way to like other places.
Flamingo's cool.
I thought Flamingo would be like shitty because it was like the first resort casino in Vegas. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, they've done a good job of like maintaining it, dude. Oh, God. Did you go to the Stratosphere?
Yeah, I went to the Strat. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was
like, pretty cool. Did you get some drinks up at the top?
No.
Oh my god, that's the best part, bro. I remember the first time we just went there. It's always dead because it's all the way at the far end.
It sucks to get there.
It's dirty. It's not that nice. But if you go up to the top, right, and it's got the revolving like bar and restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got buy one, get one martinis. I remember the first time we went. Well, yeah, whatever one you buy, you get a free one of that. And you can't split it with the person you're with. All right, like there's rules to it.
I did go on a high roller.
At the Link?
Yeah, the fucking Ferris wheel. That shit was cool.
Yeah, I've done that. We did that after my buddies. When my buddy got married out there, we went on the high roller. And did you go with the bar cart?
No.
Well, where they locked the bar cart in the middle and you could just drink around.
Didn't do it. It was empty.
Yeah, Stratosphere. Like I was saying, like when you're in the bar,
you don't even know
when you're revolving around and people jump off the side.
Yep.
Yeah, did you like the bungee jump?
I didn't do it, but I saw it.
Dude, the first time you're up, I was drinking. I was like, did somebody just jump off the top of this thing? Like it's like because I caught it out of the corner of my eye because we were moving.
Right.
And like no shit, like we come back around and people were just jumping out, and they got that like roller coaster that like kind of goes over the edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got I almost went to the one in New York, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna die up there.
Yeah, it's dope. God, Vegas is so fun, bro.
Vegas was cool as hell. I wasn't ready for it, I'll be honest.
What was the most expensive meal you had?
The most expensive meal? I'll be honest, I was so drunk, I can't barely remember what I ate. I was so fucking wasted there. I downed that bottle of Jameson like the first day I was there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The whole bottle, when I was going through like the old Aladdin fucking Miracle Mile. Fuck, I don't even remember, to be honest. I know it was like lobster or something.
Yeah, every time we go, we try to go to like one really nice steakhouse.
There's plenty of them.
I remember. I think the last one we went to was in the Venetian, and bro, I think it was called Salt, something like that. I don't know. I mean, we ended up dropping like almost $500 for two people.
I bet it's expensive, but like if
it
you
was,
have money,
it was like, bro,
it's limitless.
It was like $100 a steak, a la carte. You know what I mean? And so you're getting 2 steaks. You're getting a bottle of wine. You're getting a couple sides. I'm definitely getting at least one beer.
Mhm.
And bro, it's like holy shit, dude.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's always so good.
It's always so good. I mean, Vegas
Good.
was awesome. I wasn't ready. I wasn't quite ready for it. That is a God, it's awesome. But there was a couple of things. The constant hawking at you was just so fucking annoying, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like you take one step and there's someone trying to sell you something.
Yep.
That part's
yeah.
crazy. The homeless was weird, dude. Like I remember I was just walking and this homeless guy, this like neurotic homeless guy, like, threw his drink at like this little girl walking out of the Flamingo, like this deranged looking Uncle Sam motherfucker.
That's
He looked like
wild.
Uncle Sam. It was insane.
I'll tell you what, last time I went, I realized there's not as many prostitutes as there used to be.
No, there's
Or
not.
or the dudes handing out the cards.
No,
Like the little,
there's
like,
still plenty of them.
there's a lot of
lot
those
of 'em.
guys. Not as many, or the magazines.
Mhm.
But like it's like a catalog of like hookers. The best thing I ever saw in Vegas, I'm walking down and there's this like lady in front of us, old lady, took one of those catalogs and put it in her pocket. They tried to be all smooth about it, and I was just like, "What the?"
You know why she's
I mean,
here,
I'm
man.
telling you, she had to be 65 years old, and like a Midwestern
Sin
old
City,
lady.
Old people need
baby.
love.
Bro, it was what happens in Vegas stays in
That's what I'm
Vegas.
saying,
Days of
dude.
Vegas.
It was wild, bro. It was wild.
Dude, you
But
got
it's cool, man.
you got what you got to do. I mean, the Elvis impersonators, there was barely any of them, and the ones that were there sucked. I was kind of disappointed about that. I wanted to meet a
Yeah.
real live Elvis impersonator.
Did you sleep at all there?
Yeah, I slept there. I slept pretty good, actually.
Oh, you usually sleep pretty awesome in Vegas. You gotta sleep the day away, bro.
Yeah. Well, I got that. We had like a jacuzzi tub and everything. It was nice.
Yeah, dude. Planet Hollywood was pretty good for the price.
It was like what? Plus the resort fees, it was $70 a night.
It's crazy, right? It's like you can't afford not to go.
Yeah.
You're
Like-
just like, why am I not in Vegas right now? It's like
Like-
$70 a night.
It's like Vegas, like tries so hard just to get you there, and everything it's so cheap to get there.
They just
It's
want
just
you to
expensive
gamble.
once it's there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you can't beat the deals to just go there. It's crazy.
Yeah, the room's the cheapest part.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even
Right.
and a lot of them will like dock the flight prices.
Yeah, last time we went, when we said the Venetian, I was able to book a full weekend in the middle of August with just points on my credit card, and it was like not that many points. It was like nothing. And so we had a free room. Or no, was it the room? I can't remember. It was either the room or the flights were free. But anyway, it only cost us like all together in like a nice room, like a really nice
Yeah.
room. Round trip from DC. I think the whole like actual cost for that was like less than $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was the trip was $400 for me.
Yeah,
It was
That's not bad.
$400. It was awesome.
it's nice.
Scott, you got to tear it up, man. You got to go. You got to show these dealers how
I
it's
know.
done.
So you've never
No.
been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
Dang.
You know
son.
what? I
Scott
never
doesn't
really.
really leave the neighborhood.
I don't really.
Jordan, did you
I
go to
don't
the
really
Palm?
have it.
Huh?
Did you go to the Palm?
That scratch.
No.
Oh, okay.
There's still, I mean, it's my first time. You got to give me a couple more times.
Yeah, it's off
Sure.
the strip anyway. The stuff that's off the strip is kind of tough to get to.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really go off the strip. I mean, it was my first time there. I was like, I'll just stay at the strip. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, you gotta make like a concerted effort to get off the strip.
But like, holy shit, dude. I walked like combined like 15 miles per day when I was there.
Yeah, easy.
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 It was great. It was great, dude. And like,
you don't notice when you're drinking though. You're just walking around.
every time someone had like a unique cup, like there was like a drink in like a flower vase and stuff. I was like, I'm getting that. Fuck it. I'm getting everything.
It's so good.
I'm getting the Eiffel Tower drink. Yeah, I'm getting that. I saw that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, the last time I went, bro, the first thing we did when we got down, we checked in the hotel, ended up going and getting some kind of big old drink, went to Hash House of Go-Go, got brunch, and the next thing I know, dude, it was like 1 p.m. and I was already destroyed. Destroyed.
That's how
Barely
that's how
made
it
it to
is.
dinner. That was wild.
As soon as I touched down on that, as soon as we got like to the strip and to like checked into Planet Hollywood, it took me about an hour before I smashed. It was crazy.
Oh, dude, it's amazing. And like,
Planet has this new place called Rosa Mexicana. It was fucking delicious Mexican food. And what was it? It was like $12 margaritas, and they were huge.
Oh.
And they were like freshly made. And it was like $7 for a refill.
Bro,
I was tanked.
Let me tell you what. That's the one thing Europe does not have over the US. Food.
Margarita?
America has the best food in the world. And the most diverse.
Yeah, that's true. We do. That one.
Why don't you start it? And we go big. Well, you can't get the same kind of ingredients.
Yeah, where are you going to get good Mexican food in Europe?
Tariffs?
Let me yeah, tariffs.
Yeah,
But,
tariffs.
Yeah. Show me where to buy avocados out here. Yeah. Okay. Like it's tough.
Plant
Man.
a tree, bro.
And the beef, they don't have the same kind of beef cattle out here. Like their cheeses are all expensive and soft and shit. Not enough plastic. Like,
dude,
what are we doing, bro?
Chris is starting to go crazy out there.
He's going crazy. You know what, man?
He's like, I just want a burger.
You know what the answer is simple, dude. Vegas trip.
Bro, I'm all
Vegas
about
trip,
it.
Let's go. Scott, you down? Let's go.
I want to go.
It's cool. We gotta
go.
It's cool, dude. Especially I think in the summers, that's when all like those parties really get going too. Yeah, dude. Yeah, and I know Planets has really good ones. It's like MGM too.
Dude, Cosmo has.
I love Cosmo, dude.
Cosmo is cool, man. Cosmo is super cool.
I did go to the Henry for breakfast, and that was really good.
Nice, yeah. Bro, oh my God, I miss Vegas so much.
I know. I remember coming home from college, and you're Mr. Rack City, dude. You were just like saying how much you love that place.
I love Vegas, dude. Yeah. Like bang for your buck, it's Vegas all day. Like if I want to go somewhere cool and see some history, I'm going to Rome. But if I'm going to somewhere to enjoy myself, I'm going to Vegas. I don't get it. Out of anywhere in the world.
I didn't even hate Luxor when I went through it.
That's crazy to me. So I remember one time my buddy went for the first time and he stayed at Luxor. And bro, I was like, bro, I think it's gonna be dirty. And he was just like,
I wouldn't stay in the rooms.
He was like, the rooms were fucking gross. The carpets were stained. I was like, God, because I remember I walked in there one time expecting this like amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
It's cool. Like when you look at it, you can like see.
Yeah, you can just straight up. Yeah.
But like I was like, it's kind of grimy. It's kind of not. It just didn't have a great feel because it's kind of dim. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it definitely feels like it's 8 o'clock in there.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling, man. And then you go to other places like Mandalay Bay where there's a lot of windows and stuff.
Yeah, at least it was impressive, dude. I did the Shark Tank thing. It was really cool.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah,
I didn't pay the money for that.
It was like $25, and I didn't really care. I thought it was really cool. I got to see a lot of sharks.
Yeah. Poor sharks.
I saw the Titanic exhibit in Luxor. That was really cool. I actually met one of the guys I was talking to was he actually wrote a couple books about it, and I thought that was really awesome.
That's pretty random though. Like, why'd they have a Titanic exhibit?
I don't know, but they have a piece of the actual hull, so it's just like I have to go see it.
In the Luxor?
In the Luxor, they rose a piece of the Titanic's hull in there. It's awesome.
That's kind of weird.
Wow,
that's pretty. I feel like that's demeaning to the Titanic to be in the Luxor.
I mean, you don't think it's like. You don't think it's like nice to put into like an Egyptian themed fucking casino?
I think we should do something American and put it in New York, and like this is where you should have ended up. You know?
I mean, yeah, that would be a little more respectful considering that's where they were going.
That's where they were going.
To get there. Didn't quite make it.
They did not.
No, they did not.
But they're in Luxor. Oh, you know what? You know what hotel sucked? Fucking Excalibur.
Oh yeah,
it was ugly, dude. That was the ugliest fucking one I walked through.
Yeah, it's not that nice.
The ceilings were very low. You go down. They had that little arcade, but it felt like cramped as shit. Like,
Yeah, man. There's a couple of them where you're just like, any of the ones with the low ceilings, I'm always a little like, yeah. Like some of them are cool and nice because like they got some action going, but for the most part, like, nah, dude.
The one thing about Planet that was funny was just like all those Chris Angel motorcycles just everywhere. Like, how many fucking motorcycles does this guy fucking have?
You mean the choppers? Doesn't it? He has shoppers, right?
They're all over Planet, dude. Just in cases, just random. Like, they gotta hurt your back motorcycles, you know.
That's Chris Angel's that guy, man.
I know.
That's
I saw
Vegas'
him, like,
son right there.
I know. When I saw him, I was like, "Oh, that's Scott's guy." I remember him like saying, "Chris Angel, you gotta watch Chris Angel."
Mind freak.
Mind freak, bro. They had David Copperfield too, but I didn't go see him.
Who?
David Copperfield at MGM.
Who?
He's a magician.
If you had the opportunity to see David Copperfield or Chris Angel, who were you going to see? Oh,
I already made that decision.
You went and saw Chris Angel. Exactly. Nobody cares about David.
You haven't
David
seen
Copperfield.
any of them. You haven't been to Vegas, dude. You haven't seen Chris Angel.
Yeah, bro,
you didn't even
like,
know Chris Angel existed until I mentioned him.
Yeah, you don't even know, dude.
Don't even know.
Until you experience it, I don't want to hear anything from you.
If you haven't seen his motorcycle right next to the Gordon Ramsay burger, you haven't lived.
Time out. I work at a casino. Y'all talking about what I experience every single day.
Okay, what's your in-house magician?
And day out.
Which in-house magician do you have? Do you have a Chris Angel theater? I didn't think so.
Do you know how, dude, I'm a magician too. You've put $500 on my blackjack table. I'll make it disappear so quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Man,
dude,
this is crazy,
when it goes away,
bro.
you're like, and gone.
And gone. And gone. Dude.
It's magic. You're like Joker with that.
They're like, not again, David Blaine.
Classic YouTube. I forgot about David Blaine.
That's one of my favorite YouTube
what
videos.
The F?
What the
F?
What the F? I'm floating. I'm flying.
You mean this picture?
It was a good time. I would definitely want to go again, this time with a group of people and just tear
we should. I have time off. I have time off at the end of June. If you want to go for a day too.
What am I doing at the end of June?
If I go
a day
or two, I mean, you don't need a whole lot of time there.
You need more time than you think.
Like 3 days. Or is that too much time?
I'll be honest.
Perfect time.
My third day there, I was getting kind of tired.
Exactly. You just need 1 or 2. You don't need to sleep. That he runs 24/7.
Bro,
24/7.
Sleeping's great, dude.
You sleep on the flight.
You gotta decide what you want to do. Like, are you there to eat and party? Are you there to just enjoy the atmosphere? Are you there to gamble and eat?
We're there to party, enjoy the atmosphere, and gamble. We're gonna live the high life. Make sure nobody gets roofied, and we're good to go.
Right. Roofied?
It's gonna be time.
Call them Flories.
Who are you worried about getting roofied from?
Me, I get roofied. Are you kidding me? People are gonna see me, and then they're gonna be like, "This guy."
You know, there's a lot of Chippendales dancers out there. Maybe you can join them up.
There you go. You can get a residency.
I might slide them an application.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. The dancers that were like trying to get people to come over it, they were small, dude. Like, we were bigger than them.
Oh, I'm 6'6".
No, I mean, like, did you say you're 6'6"?
My inner persona.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In what world?
Your alter ego,
universe.
I was just like, hold the phone. Wait, what?
You're just looking around.
Like, yeah, what are you talking about? I'm just saying, like, they're tiny, man. So, like, if you want to run the gambit on them and like kick them out, show how it's done, that's how you do it. But yeah, dude.
I do.
I'll be on the West Coast. I'll be on the West Coast in June.
At the end of June.
Towards the end, yeah.
At the end of June. Well, I'll be in Punta Cana, then I come home. I'll stop at home for a day or two, and I'll fly to Las Vegas.
Whoa. Do you even have your passport, bro?
Yeah, you set it up at the post office. It's shipping.
Because I remember
I
on
just
St.
gotta
Patrick's
set
Day,
it
you were
up.
like, Oh, so you don't have it. You better get that shit expedited, man, with all those cuts happening.
Wait. Do you need a passport to go to Dominican Republic now?
I think so,
You used to
yeah.
not need it.
You
used
need one
not
to get
need
to Canada now.
Yeah, Canada's a different beast.
Who wants to go to Canada anyway? What they got there?
I love Montreal. I thought Montreal was really cool. I also
Yeah.
want to check
Gay?
out their Nordjylveenstein, that Banff place.
What?
It's
The
called like
what?
it's called the something Banff. It's basically Canada's Nordjylveenstein.
It's like a castle?
Yeah, it's like a castle. It's really cool.
I thought people go to Canada just to see Niagara Falls for like 2 seconds.
I mean,
and
you can
then
go to New
they're
York
like, all
and
right,
see it.
my
On the U.S.
Canadian
side.
experience is done.
Yeah, you see
I
that
don't
on
know,
the US side.
I hear awesome stuff about Toronto.
I mean, yeah, Toronto's cool. Where else to go?
Great.
It was better when they had that mayor who like smoked crack.
Oh,
Well, he's
that's
the-
terrible.
Isn't he like the premier of the whole province now?
His
though?
brother is. The dude who actually did it is dead now.
Oh, that dude was wild, bro.
He was great, dude. Are
He's
you
just
kidding
doing
me?
drugs and shit, and he was just like, "Yup."
No. They're like, are you doing drugs? Yeah.
Dude, Toronto sounds awesome, bro. Come on.
Toronto's cool. Vancouver's cool.
Yeah, I've never
So
been to
if we move to Canada, we can be part of the ruling class and just roll a Providence. How do we do that?
Dude, good luck, dude. They have this. They're basically just little America. You're gonna have the same issues.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're just gonna
They
pay
just
more.
got-
That's it.
They got a little bit more space.
No, that's all good. We could go to
man, you
Canada.
can go to like the Yukon or something. You can like, just go to Hudson Bay and be like, yo, let's start building houses here.
Bet. All I need to do is bring one book, and I will control the whole province.
I forgot they don't read in Canada.
Exactly. It's called The Art of the Deal. I could walk away with the
Art of the
walk
deal.
away
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be very friendly to you if you bring that book over there.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. I'm making deals.
You're making deals, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah, of
your
course.
buddy, friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
So Scott's plan is we're gonna go to Vegas. He's gonna go to Punta Cana, then Vegas, perhaps in June, maybe July, and then take over Canada.
Punta Cana to Vegas that's quite the that's quite the trip, man.
It sounds
Yeah,
like a good
because I
time
have to
me.
show these people that I'm not a neighborhood guy.
Punta Cana
You know what
is
I mean?
Punta Cana will wear you out, bro.
Bro, look at me. Look at my eyes. Does it look like I get wear down easily?
This man
Yeah,
thinks
are you
he's still
kidding me?
25. This man
Dude.
thinks he's still 25. Dude, that's adorable.
That-
Vegas
okay.
is wearing me down like at day 3, man.
I don't know, man. I thrive in Vegas. I don't want to.
I was driving for a while, but like my wallet was thinning. My blood alcohol was getting pretty high there.
That's because you weren't winning like I do.
I didn't gamble a cent while I was there.
That's crazy.
Chris, you just played the 6 and 8, right? Don't you just do
no, I don't play no 6 and 8. What kind of bitch ass? What are you talking about?
Fucking attacked
When
the
it-
honor with that one.
Hold on. All right. How about this, Chris? You sneak away from the base for a couple of days, fly to Vegas.
Yeah, AWOL. That's
We'll
not a
run-
big deal.
We will run the table up,
6 and 8. What the fuck?
and then you can fly back.
You can fly back.
Yeah.
bro.
You know how long that flight is, bro? That's like a 10-hour flight. Maybe and I don't even know how many delays.
Dude,
or,
that's
layovers.
perfect. That's perfect. That's when you catch up on your Z's so we can keep going.
Bro, you know what?
Dude,
I'll sit
catch
at
the
the table
layover.
with you. I want to be playing that don't pass line and just watching you crap.
Oh God, you're one of them.
No, I hate that. I'm not gonna lie. I
We
hate
would
that
eat-
person. I'm like,
we
you're
would
playing against the
easily-
table, bro. That motherfucker is always
Easily-
silent.
I hate that they're always silent and they always have the
They're always-
smuggest look on their face.
Yeah, because they're like,
Easily,
oh,
we will get into a fight. Easily. I would be like, yo, somebody get this guy away from me.
They're always just
Put him
like
at the
this.
other. Easily.
yeah, I hate.
Oh my god.
But I do want to be that guy one day. Just like, dude, when you're raking it in on the don't pass, and you're just like these fucking losers, you know?
You know, that's how you can tell how the crap table is doing. You always walk by and you see if the dome player has a lot of money in front of them.
Yeah, you
table's
don't.
bad.
Yeah,
Right
get
up-
out of there. Get out of there.
Get out of there.
That's why I'm always playing the don't pass at the MGM at National Harbor, bro. It's just pure. It's just garbage out there. You're just winning all day.
Okay. So
Now,
Chris,
now,
which casino is the best in Vegas?
Oh, best casino. It kind of depends, man. It seems to ebb and flow. Like the first time I went out, I
Yeah.
had a great time at Planet Hollywood, like at the casino itself, like down in the pleasure pit.
Okay.
oh, that's a good name.
But I also I think the Aria's got a good casino.
I wish the Aria wasn't so like it's like in between the Strat and everything else. I just wish it wasn't so much of a walk.
The Aria? It's not that. What are you talking about? It's right next to the Cosmo. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm thinking of Wynn.
Yeah, the Wynn is all the way down there. Yeah, the Wynn's all the way at the far side. MGM's got a pretty fun casino. It's just big.
How do you dress when you're in Vegas? Do you dress like
Just
Casual.
casual. Business casual. That's how I dressed.
Depends how hung
do you-
business casual
Yeah, I like business
Yeah.
casual.
for what? What time of the day?
What
Where
do
are
you-
we going? If I'm going out to dinner, I'm wearing something nice. If I'm going to a club, I'm wearing something nice. If I'm gambling, bro, I'm
bumming?
I'm a degenerate. I'm in flip flops, basketball shorts, and a t-shirt.
Looking like Carl from Aqua Teen Force out there.
Yeah. If I could walk around in a bathrobe, I would.
I don't understand.
Like, this
Is
guy
this like
did
a
a-
strategy to like chase people away from the table?
No, it's just it's comfort, you know? Like
I feel
I
like
mean,
you're one of
This
those,
guy just bet.
I feel like you're one of those
This guy
people
put
who
100,000 on black.
only brings a carry-on into the plate, and as soon as the plate lands, you drop that carry-on right in the terminal, go straight to the slot, and be like,
I don't play slots. I don't play.
Yeah, slots is. Yeah.
Well, I know
Yeah.
the first I
I
get
saw
up
3
there.
people do that when I landed.
Dude, I get to a table. It's usually craps first game. Well, no, actually, you know what? I take that back. Usually it's blackjack. I gotta warm up. I gotta feel the,
Ew.
you know. Well, I only play
Ew.
when I'm in. I only play single deck. When I'm
Okay.
in
Okay,
Vegas.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
I
not bad.
single deck's where it's at. And the pleasure pit usually has a couple tables. Get a couple drinks in me because they're free.
Yeah.
Then once I start feeling all right and I'm up a little bit, I'm like, all right, it's time to go to the craps table.
All
And then
right.
I try to go. I'm either going for the craps table where there's nobody there, or I'm going
Yeah.
to the one that's just like the sexiest and
Slamming.
the loudest. And I'm just
Yeah.
like squeezing in, you know what I mean? Dude,
Squeezing
I'm
it
sneaking in, and I got one hand out, waving down people like for the drinks. It's like,
Yeah. Okay. I like that creative process. You got a
yeah,
whole
I love it.
process.
I love it.
Creative process goes down his bathrobe. As soon as dinner
Bro.
comes, he's just like, he turns into fucking like Rico Suave just to go out there.
Bro. And then but when it gets, I'm doing not great is if I'm at the roulette table. if I'm at roulette, bro, it's been bad, and I'm on living on a prayer, and
You're just like, everything on black, please.
dude, I'm on numbers. I'm like, I need these 33 to 1 odds right here.
I was telling my girl, if you ever hear me play Tracy Chapman fast car, that means I risked it all, lost it all.
He's got a fast car. That's bad,
Bro.
dude.
Oh my god.
That's usually
Like,
how
I'm
I
just
do.
living on a
Dude,
curve.
that's me if I'm playing like Lionel Richie or something. Fucking hello, is it me you're looking for?
What's your song, Chris? If you risked it all and lost it all, you don't
If I
have a
risked
song
it
that
all,
you play.
no, not really, because I'm usually trying to get amped up to go back out.
Okay. So everyone has like the drinking raging song, right?
Oh yeah,
Right? Ready?
yeah.
Personally, mine is Highway to the Danger Zone.
Okay.
Little Kenny Loggins.
Little Kenny Loggins.
Oh, I
you
like
know?
that.
It's a great song,
I'm
dude.
kinda
Because
that one.
like, I might not return from the danger zone. So, you gotta get yourself hyped up for it.
That's a good vibe, though. That's a vibe. That's a good
I
vibe
know.
to carry.
It's a great song. I got that one, and I have a stripper song, and that's my songs.
Hmm.
If I'm going out, is this like for anything, or is this like going gambling,
Like
partying?
when you're about to go hard.
Go hard? I'm probably putting on some Britney Spears.
Like what?
Oh my
Toxic?
god.
No, like if you
Dancing to
seek
the world.
Amy,
Huh?
if you seek Amy, womanizer, probably womanizer. Womanizer, yo, a womanizer. Oh, are you kidding me? Shit's banging.
I'm probably gonna play Return of the Mac by Mac Morrison.
Return of the Mac.
I will say the other day I heard Bat Country.
Oh,
let me tell you what. I was like,
yeah.
ugh. And then when he's like talking in the beginning,
Turn it up a little bit.
bro.
Yeah, what was it like? Those who make a beast of themselves.
It's
That's
like,
a cool
I was
one,
like,
dude. That whole album was nice, dude. I like Beast and the Harlot was like my song for a while
Beast
there.
in the Harlot. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
They used to rock it, bro. Back in the
did.
day.
Before their drummer passed away, and then they sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I can't remember why I heard that. I think it was like randomly came on like my Spotify or something. I was like, where did this come from?
Thank God it did.
That was a throwback.
Yeah. That's good.
I was just thinking though, like if shit's going bad, yeah, it's probably gonna be Creed. 6 feet under.
Hold me now.
Hold me now.
I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking.
Like I think that's probably it. Like it's over at that point.
Dude, if you're about to like mortgage one of your houses, do you go my sacrifice?
My sacrifice. Like
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, usually when people play that 6 feet under song, they're about to do something. They're about to do a Hail Mary.
Bro, it is a Hail Mary. Or it's either gonna be that or Pearl Jam Last Kiss, probably as well.
Yeah, you're about to die.
I don't know. Last
You're
Kiss.
kissing your mother goodbye at the end there.
That song, that song's a downer.
Even the original's a downer.
I know.
My sacrifice.
But Eddie Vedder does a pretty solid.
I like the original.
Yeah.
I like that old timey sound. Like him, like Frankie Valli and shit like that. I like it. I think it sounds nice.
That poor guy.
I think it's so nice.
Yeah.
So stocks are you guys looking into? I just saw that because what's name paused all the tariffs, that all the stocks went up.
I've been out of the market. I only recently bought some Tesla because I knew a pump was coming.
Yeah, I think it's I love how they're selling it though, man. They're like, oh, art of the deal. This is part of the plan. It's like, no, it was not. Here's what happened.
You can't even talk to anybody on it.
I know. They botched the rollout because they had some stupid, crazy motherfucking formula that made no sense and had nothing to do with tariffs. They put these crazy tariffs on people, and everybody's like, what the fuck is this? They tried to defend it. The market tanked, and they're like, the bond market jumped. They're like, oh my God, all of our debt just got so expensive. And
that was the reason I bought Tesla. Yeah, because
they're like, we got to roll this back.
Yep.
We got to roll this back ASAP.
And they're like, I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, they're like, and then they got lucky because China slapped some tariffs. But they paused everything, or they reduced everything to a 10% tariff.
Yeah, it was like a baseline of 10%, but they didn't retract anything from their Chinese tariffs.
Yeah, China did the same. It was just completely. They realized they effed up, and then so my favorite thing of this whole like week is Elon Musk, who is a free trader and kind of laid low, and then he would start going after Peter Navarro,
Yeah, dude,
who
that was
might,
crazy.
yeah. And I was reading, I was reading or listening to something. So like Peter Navarro is a big tariff guy, huge tariff guy. And like he's got a PhD in economics from Harvard, which Elon was like, that means we shouldn't listen to you. But I guess in Peter Navarro's books, he references this economist who does all the did all these studies and has this whatever, and it turns out
the anagram.
it doesn't exist. The guy's name is Ron Vera, which is an anagram for Navarro.
Oh,
completely made up.
People
And that's
put in charge, man.
yeah, and that's who he's been referencing as like, oh, this economist who did all this research, and it's just he just made the guy.
God.
Yeah, he referenced himself, and it's just like what? It's like what's the over under that Peter Navarro is in the position over the next month? Like the guy's gone. They completely fucked up. And
it's pretty brutal out there. But like a lot of people are like coping, going like, look, he said we had what was it? I was trying to talk to some people about it, and they just kept saying like, he said, we're going to get a bunch because we got 70% of the country said deals. Okay, what country, what deal? Blank. Nothing.
There's no deal.
But how crazy good is Elon for finding that out though?
I don't think
This man.
I don't think it was him who found it out.
He doesn't like Peter Navarro like personally, and so he's just been calling him like, what do you call him, like Peter Retardo or something like that? Yeah. He's just like going completely ridiculous.
Elon's also like he's also like he's not a tariff guy either, so it's not like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a free trade guy.
And free trade means no tariff. So,
yeah,
Elon wasn't for it anyway. There was like those recordings, whether you believe they're fake or not, I have no idea, of him like complaining about Tesla being done because of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I love Elon, but
I don't know why.
I don't think Tesla can't compete in the global market.
Why do you think he's in the government now?
He just can't. He just like, I don't see. I think he's trying to save the sinking ship. I mean, they got outbeat.
If you were the richest man in the world, and clearly you can buy the presidential election, why wouldn't you try to stave off ruin the entire time? I mean, like, legit, why wouldn't you?
I think what he should do is just
he's gutting agencies that were investigating his companies for efficiency.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think he should just sell.
I think Doge is going to kind of fade away now that Elon's kind of out of the picture.
Oh, 100% it'll still be there, but it just won't be. It's gonna become yet another bureaucratic process.
It never did actually what they claimed it was doing. Like all the numbers were like overinflated.
$2 trillion by May, they said.
Yeah. It's that's the thing is like, there is a huge reduction in the federal government. Well, what's crazy is they're reducing the number of people who work in the Department of Defense, but now it's going to be the largest budget of all time.
Yeah, the trillion.
A $1 trillion defense budget.
We did it, guys.
I don't even know how they're going to spend it, but I was hearing though, like it's the percentage. So like a lot of percentage of the defense budget goes to paying people, right? It's payroll. And the military side isn't probably going to change much, but the civilian payroll, they're shrinking. So most of it they want to put into like R&D and weaponry and that kind of stuff and manufacturing. So the military industrial complex making out pretty good.
I saw that they were gutting the system that kind of they were gutting some kind of transparency system that let people know where they were actually spending the money.
I don't know about that. In the DoD?
Yeah, in the DoD.
The DoD is cutting everything, bro. And the DoD cannot get anything done right now, the Pentagon, because they don't have the staff in place. Like at all. Like at all.
I'm feeling the patriotism.
I mean, it's like one of those things. Well, they're trying to move too quickly, I think. And like, it takes a while to put your staff in place.
Yeah,
and they want to do a lot of stuff, but like the people just aren't there, man. A lot of them got to be confirmed by Congress, you know, and people, you know,
just
trust isn't built because a lot of those are, you know, political appointments.
there's a lot of loyalists out there. I mean, who cares about background checks anymore?
I mean, it kind of seems that way.
There's a popular Twitter account called Gunther Eagleman. I can see him in it.
Oh, that fucking retard.
I can see him in it. I mean, like, hey, if
that dude, I mean, if Laura Loomer's getting the NSA director fired, I mean, I can only imagine what this dumbass can do, you know.
There you go. You have Charlie Kirk controlling the party. You got look, it's a good time to be a right-wing podcaster right now.
Beautiful I mean, you know what though? They kind of fucked up with the Epstein client list when they all came out waving those binders, looking like a bunch of retards,
smiling like,
yeah, they did. Yeah,
we like. Well, did you see who's that Chai Reichik, the Libby TikTok person?
Yeah.
She was with Kristi Noem, badged up in ICE to deport illegal immigrants in Phoenix, and she's just smiling, going like what is happening?
It's all about like photo ops.
It is photo ops, yeah. It's all photo ops, clout chasing. It's, I don't know. Everything just feels so hollow.
Fake.
It's fake,
yeah.
hollow. I mean, like,
performative is the word I like to use.
Very performative, and not to mention just corrupt. It just seems so corrupt.
I mean, everything is.
The stock market is beholden to a Twitter account now.
Yeah.
I know.
Huh?
I said we'll see how long it lasts. I think it's going to be.
I don't know, bro. I can't. I don't want to be in the stock market anymore, and that sucks because I love the stock market. It's fun. I love my calls.
You want to be like your boy Cat Turd. No money in the stock market. Pretty proud of that. He said.
Okay, that dude is like twice my age, dude. If you don't have any money in the stock market, what are you doing?
He said he's got $0.
This dude doesn't make any sense. He's a constant hypocrite.
Oh, dude, they all are. They all are hypocrites.
Did you see that Benny Johnson video about, losing money? Is like, what was it? There was like a viral clip of Benny Johnson going like, the panicking, there's no point. Like, losing money costs you nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The dude, that guy is. I can only imagine being in those kind of circumstances where you are just beholden to your audience and you're just going to say wild shit just to, and then the echo chamber just parrots each other and then they just start feeding off of each other. They all
say the same thing, but like your audience says the same thing. As soon as Trump says something,
part of the deal,
everyone says
part of the deal.
It's the craziest thing. It's like a psychosis. Everyone says the same thing as it's like factual. Yesterday he said the word panicking, and now all you hear throughout like social media or the news is panicking. All these panicking, right? Like so smugly, like all these panic. It's like you didn't even think about it, man. You just parrot. But that's the thing about like right wing or even like, let's be real, left wing media too.
I was going to say it's the same thing on the other side.
You just fail up. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah. I mean, if Peter Navarro is in the position that he's in for having that guy being Ron Rivera or whatever,
Ron Varro,
being him. I mean, like, come on, man,
genius.
It's not the last time we saw him. It's not the last time.
PhD in economics.
It sounds like my sister photoshopping her thing. It's so crazy.
No, bro.
And then people actually buying it. I'm like, what is going on here?
People buy it because it's what they want to hear. That's it. That's all it is. It's what they want to hear. People will create a conspiracy if it's things they don't want to hear, and they will investigate it. They will become like private investigators. But as soon as it's something they want to hear, that's it. It's done deal. That's fact. It's confirmation. I found it on page 10 of Google. It's right. This is the real one.
Bro, it's wild, bro.
How do we recover from this?
I don't know how we can financially recover from this exactly.
I'm never gonna
I don't,
financially
man.
recover from this.
I just don't know how. Yeah, I feel like we're marching toward idiocracy.
Well, my favorite thing now is then so you have like the right wing sphere that's really loud, especially on X, right? And then you have like this weird alternative hard right, like Candace Owens kind of veering off,
Oh, the anti-Semitic
uh,
right?
the anti-Semitic, anti-Israel right. Tucker Carlson, like the kind of conspiracy laden, hardcore Israel runs the world right. It's getting crazy out there.
They're
Everyone,
like,
everyone is racing for a fucking scapegoat for all the world's problems. It's the easiest thing. They just point a finger to this group and be like, "Yo, all your problems, this person, this guy." That's the whole thing about like George Soros. You are having hard times. This guy is who you should be mad at, not the system.
well,
This
don't they
guy
say
personally?
don't they say like the reason why Donald Trump caters to Israel is because of Jeffrey Epstein, because of the blackmail?
No, because Israel is strategically important. It's our greatest ally in the Middle East.
I think
It's
I
a
thought the real
bastion of our power.
conspiracy was because of Jared Kushner, because a lot of Trump's backers are all Jewish, like all the rich.
Yeah, but Jared Kushner takes Saudi money.
Yeah, but they're like hardcore Jews.
Well, yeah, he's hardcore. I mean, yeah, who converted? Was it him or Ivanka? But like,
yeah. But I mean, let's be real. The Israelis are probably taking Saudi money too. So, like, what's the difference?
I get it, but it's just like I wouldn't. Israel's power is definitely Israel is our colony. Basically, they are a colony of the United States of America, and they are our power base in the Middle East. So we defend them at all costs. Can you hear me?
I don't buy that.
I
don't buy that.
Nah, I just think
there's something going on.
That's what everybody wants.
That's what everybody wants.
I mean, there probably is something going on. It's probably just money, dude. Like the people who can
for sure
Trump the most.
Yeah.
Are
you know what's so crazy? It's like when you're a kid, you think of your parents being like, "Oh, smart," and you get to your parents' age, you're like, "Oh man, you're not smart." And then people that are the same age as you that are not smart. And then you get in politics, you think they're so smart, and then like you start learning about politics, and you're like, "Man, these people are just not smart." I think we're just.
It seems to be like the dumbest people are in politics. Actually, like there's a handful of people. This is the first time I've ever found myself like agreeing with like Rand Paul. I was like, okay, this guy has like, he's like legit because he's an anti-tariff guy, right?
Yeah, he had that bill,
and he lays out a really good case for it, and it's coherent, and he's been saying it forever, right? And then you listen to other people, and it's like it's one of those things where like, depending on the day, oh, this is going to save jobs. Like we're going to bring all the jobs back to America. And we're going to get rich on all these import tariffs. But it's like, what if you bring all the jobs back and we stop importing stuff? Then where's the tax money coming from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have both sides of this coin, dude.
Income tax. It's like, where are we getting our money from then?
It's like, if you actually bring everybody here and you import less, then you're making less money. I don't understand the concept here. Like, what are we really trying to do here?
And not to mention, they're catering it to a base that has no understanding about like why we import things. Like I remember, like I was following this one person who just said, "Import your coffee beans." I mean, not import your coffee beans, just grow them in America. What are you doing?
What? Okay, I do know. We all know history repeats itself. We all do know history repeats itself, and I know like. I want to say in the 1930s or something, right before
Smoot Hawley.
Yeah, wasn't that like the Smoot Hawley tariff?
It was 1930 is when it went into effect, like January 30.
But that was what caused the.
So the Great Depression had already kind of happened.
It was 1929.
Like, 1929. And then Smoot Hawley was like a response to that. And what they claim is it just worsened the depression or really elongated the depression.
Right.
Because we didn't come out of the
Yeah, it
depression
made it worse,
until
made it-
World War II.
right?
Yeah, the New Deal was great and all, but it was really the ramp up for military production is what took us out of
Wartime
it.
economy. Yeah.
Wartime economy is what saved us. And Hoover was like a laissez-faire president, like deeply laissez-faire Republican. So that didn't really help because he didn't help. You know.
So history repeats itself. So does that mean we're about to go into a wartime economy again?
I mean,
Are
didn't
we
send
about to go to war?
troops? Didn't we send like a shit ton of troops to the Middle East like a few days ago?
Do you think that like they're strategic? They're like, hey, this is our strategy. We're gonna put tariffs on. It's not gonna work. It's gonna elongate whatever we have going on. But then what's gonna get us out of here is we're gonna go find somebody to beat up on and just
But here's the thing: the
I mean-
government's got to spend a shit ton of money. Like that's what happened.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, is the government ramped up spending during World War II to build all those factories, to produce all that stuff.
I mean,
But,
to be
like-
fair,
Yeah, but-
Trump last term had a $2 trillion deficit spend, so let's not pretend he's above it.
No, I'm just saying, like that's what they're running against, though, right? Is like all this spending, and we got to spend less, and we got to bring our debt down. But really, at the end of the day, he
let's just
wants a
spend
wartime.
more.
He wants a wartime economy because, like, how can you save and claim to cut all this money, but then you just up the DoD's budget by like $400 billion,
Well,
$300 billion.
what's the weather in Tehran looking like?
You know, they do have an indoor
Stop
ski
it.
slope.
In Tehran? Well, I mean, it's mountainous over there. We could have some couple of aspens prop up. That'd be cool. Remember Wisp in Maryland?
What?
We can have another one of those.
Why? So and that's so crazy because it's like the only how our economy gets good is if we have war. Why is
I mean,
that?
we are posturing against Iran.
Why are we? Why are like human beings like programmed? Why is that the only way out?
Because that's
'Cause
just
you're-
how our economy is.
I think it's because there's like an end state. Because you're building towards something. You're building to win.
I mean, what fixed Germany's economy in the 30s?
Hitler.
Ramping up war.
Yeah.
Wartime economy is what fixed their economy.
Hmm.
It-
Well, what if we all have-
works. It works straight up.
But also,
Is that-
you
are we-
gotta think of how different it is, right? Like, you know, we didn't really
Mhm.
become what we are until World War II, right? This American
Right.
powerhouse wasn't really until World War II.
Right.
The whole world is shaped the
But-
way that it is
I
now.
mean, we were a
because of World War
power, but
II.
we
Yeah.
weren't a superpower yet. And it was because of our
like-
manufacturing capabilities, you know?
And then so we kind of pulled ourselves up, right? We built like from World War I to World War
Our
II.
bootstraps.
By our bootstraps, we started developing. And we built up because like what before World War II, I think the army was like nothing. It was like nothing.
No, it was nothing.
Right?
It was the same in World War One. They took months to build an army before they could actually send anybody over.
So much so that when they put the guy who was the chief of staff, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was like, "We need a bigger standing army. We need a bigger army."
Yep.
Because the war's coming, and they ordered like 4 million dog tags or something like that. And people were like, "What the? Why do you need 4 million dog tags for 200,000 men?"
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, you know, but like extras and blah blah blah." Is because they're like, "We need to get to like 4 million people."
Yep.
We have a, you know,
People forget until before World War II, having a standing army was incredibly unpopular in America.
Yeah.
Incredibly unpopular to have a standing army. I mean, when Wilson instituted the draft for World War One, it was pandemonium. He had to jail people.
But are we ramping up?
but here's
for
my
World War
thing.
III?
Here's what I'm telling you, Scott, is all the time we were never number one until after World War II. And then we kind of
Yeah.
built out of that and we kind of like became number one and we continue to be number one. But like now we're number one. So
We're
like,
not number one.
you can only go down. Yeah, we're the number one economy in the world.
Yep.
We're the highest quality of living in the world. the entire country is at the top 1% of earners in the world.
So okay.
So how can we
Okay.
build towards something when we're already there? You're the only way to
But
do it
then
is to crash it, burn it down, build it back up again. I think that's what they want to do, dude.
is it because they're bored?
I don't know. I think
You think like peacetime is just so bored, and then you get this itch.
It's not even.
Like, I
It's
need
not.
something
It's
to
not
do.
even that. Like, especially in our like politics, especially in our politics, the United States thrives on just having an enemy. We always need an enemy. For the left, it's Donald Trump. For the right, it's the liberals the liberal communist pedophiles that want to destroy the world. Our complete discourse is just an enemy. We need an enemy. Iran, China, they're all enemies. Everyone's an enemy. And now Denmark's an enemy. Canada's an enemy. That's the only way we
Such a
survive.
toxic way
If
of
you think about it, dude,
toxic way of
every
thinking.
political point that is made boils down to there's an enemy we need to defeat.
That's such a toxic way of thinking, though.
But that's how it thrives. That's if you look at everything, it's just always, if you look at everything that's coming out of the media, anywhere you look, it's always, here's an enemy, we need to defeat them. Enemy. Feel your neighbor.
That's just what we're told. That's what we're told that thrives. We don't know what really thrives until we choose all the options on the table.
I wish we can get back to, hey, let's just build America. But now we're world police. We're policing domestically now.
We've always been the police. Since we were born.
Because we were born, and now now they're thinking and they're looking at legal ways to send U.S. citizens to CSOT.
Man,
wait,
dude.
to where?
CSOT, El Salvador.
El
Salvador.
Yeah, to that prison.
Yeah.
Hey, man, El Salvador is like their money, man.
I mean, Bukele is really happy about it because he's just like, hell yeah, that's money, buddy. That's money. And he is a money-driven guy.
That's a prison country right there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be a crazy next couple weeks because like tariffs are paused, but like for how long? Until somebody says something or he just changes his mind.
Yeah, until we have we got to wait for the tweet. I can't even I'm not going back into the stock market because I don't want to wait for the tweet to come down.
I saw some tweet where after he paused it, somebody was like, wait, but what about that manufacturing plant I started building last week? Now what?
That Indian account? I saw that too.
Yeah. It was so funny, dude. It's just like, yeah, like what are we doing? Like, what's the real end game? I get it. You want to make America great, but like, we're already number one. I get it. Also, when he keeps saying that tariffs are a tax on China, it's like, bro, no, they're not. Stop trying to. You probably misspoke one time, and now he's just standing by.
He's not backing down.
He's not backing.
He's just like we're charging these guys tariffs, and then you got these dummies on X that are like, oh. You know what? Who I lost respect for was PBD, dude. He does not understand tariffs. He just doesn't understand tariffs.
Did you see his conversation with
What
Sam
did he
Cedar?
say?
I did see that. He's like, why? He's like, these guys are taxing us. These foreign companies. Why can't we tax them? And it's like, they're not taxing us. They're taxing their own people on our goods. It's not a tax on us. Like it's like a fundamental misunderstanding of like what a tariff really is. And also, most of the time the tariffs are minimal. They're a couple percentage points. And like I love when they keep using Vietnam because it's like, bro, the Vietnamese can't afford American products.
But that's also
is that Vietnam is a workaround against Chinese tariffs because China sends their goods to Vietnam.
That's what they claim.
Yes.
But like at the end of the day, it's
But here,
probably
this is also part of the problem, right? Is that everybody is educated, right? Our schools don't educate us on certain things. Not everybody knows the language.
Gutting of the DOE.
Not everybody knows the language or the lingo that some of these people are talking, and it's just so much misinformation.
Well, I mean,
so many different narratives.
when the president's putting out the wrong definition, he's just trying to redefine the terms, right? With that
You
stupid
know,
chart,
it's
that stupid chart they had.
Dude,
It
I
was
was
like
crying, dude.
those
I was crying when he pulled out that chart, dude.
those weren't tariffs. Those weren't even tariffs. Like nobody has those kind of tariffs in the world.
I know.
Nobody. Not a single. Not a
Penguins.
single. Like it's like one. Vietnam does not tariff our stuff 90%. They just don't. He doesn't understand, and he also doesn't understand. He just assumes trade deficit equals bad.
Right.
It's like no.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to import more from them, and they can't afford. Like, what are we talking about here, dude? It was just so. It was so poorly rolled out and so poorly messaged.
Dude, I was in the middle of there's a pizza parlor called Happy Camper. It was like in the mall near the Wynn in Vegas. And I just remember I was like, okay, closing bell's almost here. This is great. And then he pulled out that fucking chart. And after hours was a fucking bloodbath, dude. I went straight to the bar and ordered 2 tequila shots.
It was so bad, dude. It
I
was
can't
so
believe the thing is, I
dumb.
can't believe he waited at the end of the day so we couldn't
Of
pull
course
out.
it's
Fuck you.
they knew it was gonna fuck stuff up. I don't think they realized how bad it was gonna fuck it up. And it was just
Dude,
once
that
you
was
start
a
entering a
total
bear market.
screw over, dude. That was a total screw over.
You know what? Though? Chris is right though. We're number one, so we got to start having the mentality of being the number one.
We do have that mentality. We think literally nothing could ever happen to us. If you talk to the average American and you talk about like the Chinese tariffs, they think they can actually outlast them. To be honest,
Yeah, that is
to be
crazy.
honest, if there is one population that can get used to poverty, it's not us.
Yeah, I saw something like that. It was like the Chinese can be poor a lot longer than we can. They can handle it. They just got rich, bro. We've been rich for a while.
Dude, we get pissed off if there's a black person on screen nowadays. I mean, come on.
I mean, I get mad when my Amazon delivery's not here within 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Dude, I got mad because Amazon doesn't deliver on the weekends anymore.
What?
At least not here.
That's not true.
I can't get anything on the weekends. It's always Monday.
Oh man.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like,
what happened? What? Man, capitalism used to be cool, dude.
What happened?
It used to be a little more fun.
Now it's gay, dude.
Ever since 2008,
it is
capitalism kind of sucks.
You know what? Everything got super competitive and super oversaturated. You know?
Everything is a little oversaturated. Yeah.
And everything is super, super competitive. People will do anything to keep their hands in their market, like keep that little corner. It's tough.
It's
extremely
not just tough, but like people, ever since the too big to fail has been introduced, dude, we're kind of screwed, you know, because those too big to fails just cannibalize everything.
Yeah.
You can like start a small business, sure, but like you're never going to be a unicorn unless you come up with that one super great idea, and you can't even do it in tech anymore because tech is monopolized. So if manufacturing, tech, agriculture is all monopolized, what's left? There's no frontier anymore, really.
Space.
Well, are you going to build a rocket?
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I heard them. I just listened to a. I just turned to the
cannibalize that now. But then again, Boeing's not doing itself any fucking favors.
No, why not? Why not the ocean? Only 5% has
like
been
Rapture or something.
No, dude.
5%.
After that dude died trying to look at the Titanic, everybody was like, you know what? I think my pet's in space and a rocket ship, dude. I don't know why, but I'd rather blow up than crunch to death.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To be completely honest, it was instantaneous. So I mean, that's not a horrible way to go. And plus, you can join the Titanic. It's still taking lives even after all these years.
But you know what though? When you're in a rocket ship, you're just like you're not sure, right? But when you're those
not.
guys, you know, but there's a you feel good. You think the odds are you're gonna make it.
No,
Dude.
there's no feeling good.
In a rocket
feel
ship?
good.
You feel
In that little
good.
submarine, in the little submarine, when that dude is driving it with an Xbox controller, I'm like, I'm fucked, dude. And
That one you check out first.
Are
Bro.
You
are
check that out
Chris,
first.
you're acting like you'd be fist bumping the other astronauts on Challenger.
well, those people thought they were going to space. They were fist bumping before they got in. You know, you can't win them all. But at the end of the day,
You do no. Okay. He's got a good point. You do feel good because you got a rack of geniuses just mathematically got everything.
yeah,
Compared
I'm
to
sorry,
a guy
but if
that
I'm
has
a-
an Xbox controller.
you got a dude who was like, we're going to go underwater in this thing, and the wires are on the outside of it, and you're about to go underwater, dude.
that one
To
when
be-
you gotta have
to
your
be
red
fair,
flag.
to be fair, if I'm on a submarine filled with other billionaires, I'm gonna feel a little
Okay.
safe.
There were 5
But you-
people,
I'm
bro.
gonna feel a little safe.
The dude was driving it with a Logitech controller.
I feel like, bro, how you
It
driving
does-
this?
it
thing?
uses
Oh,
them
this
too.
nah, dude.
No, and
There
you
ain't
knew
no way.
when things were shutting down, like when the rocket ship's going, you're feeling it, and it explodes. You're dead, whatever. When you're sitting there in the silence and you hear it just slowly,
The creek, yeah. As
Bro.
soon as I heard the creak, yeah, I'd be panicking. I admit.
no, and you're just underwater. You're like, I'm fuck, I can't get out. And the thing with at least in that, you're like, the surface is up here. I could swim. I could maybe make it.
No, you can't.
But the pressure is too much. The hatch won't undo, and you're dead. You're either going to get crushed to death or you're going to suffocate.
You can't
And they
undo
thought
the
they were gonna-
hatch in those things. You're too far down. You're dead.
That's what I'm saying. But that thought goes through your mind where like I could swim. It's just I'm underwater.
There's that miracle. There's
Yeah.
that miracle.
There is
you
no
know you're
miracle.
Mary.
Where that place exploded, opening up the hatch would have done the same thing.
Oh, dude, yeah, 100%, right? 100%. But I'm
If
saying
you hear that
in
creak
times-
at that depth, it's over. There's nothing
times
you
of-
can do.
in times of crisis, your brain gets crazy. But you're either like, I'm either going to suffocate. I don't think those people thought they're going to get crunched. I think they thought they're going to
No.
suffocate. And then all of a sudden they were dead. Like,
I feel so
crushed.
bad for that one 18-year-old that was on that sub.
that's what I mean. It was
He
just a
didn't even want to
kid,
go,
bro.
apparently.
And he just wanted, he was like, I could just swim. I could just make it to the top. Like, or he's like, just let's go up. Why are we going down? And the
Yeah.
guy's like, my controller got unplugged. And they're like, what? What, dude?
The batteries died on my controller.
Rage quit the console.
He's like hitting it. They're like, did you blow in the plug?
Yo,
Bro.
go back.
It wasn't even
That was
Bluetooth,
so
bro. It was-
terrible. People died. Okay, and
He
I
said
was,
it was like it's $29 from Walmart is what
I
he
was
sent
like-
on that controller.
Amazon. Okay.
I think it was from Walmart.
First off, I was watching the story because like I'm a huge The reason I even went to Phoenix was not Phoenix. Vegas was for the Titanic exhibit. I'm a huge fan of the Titanic. I would never go visit the Titanic.
Oh,
It's
unless I'm
too
going with
far
James
down.
Cameron. I'll go with James Cameron.
And to be fair, he did go to the Mariana Trench, which I would absolutely never do.
Terrifying. But
Insane.
like his submarine looks cool and
Well,
real.
because he actually knows it. He didn't make it out of what was it? Fiber steel?
It was something wild, dude. And he like cut a bunch of corners. I'm telling you, the wires were on the outside of the ship. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's
Yeah, you're
it's
like,
our-
nah, I'm
Our
good.
absolute best photos of Titanic and like its own 3D scan, which we finally got, was from the same company, but his submersible was ass. But like
But doesn't
the company did good things, which really sucks.
doesn't that also tell you that even billionaires are dumb? Like, I mean,
I could have
and
told you
more-
that.
any normal person, like I said, with all the wires, would have saw the controller, would have been like, there ain't no way. If
I mean-
if they would have brought a girl there, she would have looked at him and be like, there ain't no way I'm getting in that thing.
I feel
There
like there's a
ain't
certain
no
amount
way.
of I feel like there's a certain amount of money you can get. And once you reach that bar, you feel invulnerable.
You're
like you're the smartest person because you've gotten to that point and you can do no wrong. And I feel like venerating those kind of people And we venerate those kind of people. And I feel like that's kind of bad because at one point, yeah, you start making mistakes because you feel like nothing can go wrong. Like Elon talks, like for Elon, for example, he talks about a lot of things he doesn't know and just thinks because he reached that point that he's just a genius and can conquer anything. And that's why he had that like Path of Exile fucking scandal 2 days ago where he died on the tutorial boss because he thinks he can just conquer anything. He's a genius. And I feel
With
like
his
at
defense,
one point, your self-preservation is just kind of gone because you feel invulnerable. You can do anything. You got $1 billion. You made it. You
$1
won.
billion. Is that what it takes to win $1 billion?
I mean, it certainly doesn't make you lose.
I don't know, man. Shit's crazy. The world is crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Did you see who's that one billionaire with the fucking blood transfusion?
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson?
Right?
Yeah.
He had that like he like a few days ago. He had that meme. He's just like doing my red light therapy, and it's him looking at the stock market.
That's pretty good.
It was
You
pretty funny.
know,
I'll give him that one.
I never saw the interest in that guy. I never did. And then once I saw that one guy was like saying how he's a scammer, I was like, I see it now, 100%.
Yeah, dude,
he's
he's the huge grifter.
I mean, you can't really make $1
Huge
billion
grifter.
without crushing people below you,
Or underwater.
or getting crushed underwater. Yeah, absolutely.
God, dude.
I don't
Man,
know.
let me tell you guys.
It sucks. 'Cause I
Let me
really
tell
love
you guys
Titanic.
what
I'd love to see it.
I'm not, you know, Titanic. I never understood the hype neither with the Titanic.
Hold on. The hype for
I thought it was
Titanic
called-
is I fucking love Titanic, bro.
Did Titanic happen or was it a book?
I think it's fake. It's fake news, dude.
Oh shit!
Is it the Titanic or the Titan? Which one?
Oh,
The
the Titan
Titan-
book.
the Titan
That
was
was
the book.
interesting. The Titans is a book, dude.
Yeah, I don't think the Titanic really happened. I think that was a different timeline. Our timeline's too dumb.
Okay, so it didn't happen.
Let me-
or-
let-
I feel like Scott would subscribe to the Olympic switch.
Ah, that's a good one.
The Titanic got switched with its sister ship to collect insurance.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let me tell you guys about what happened in the JFK thing. Man,
All right.
dude, the JFK hearing. First of all, they were just blasting the CIA, right? Just straight blasting them. I didn't know before JFK got assassinated in that same month. There was a failed assassination attempt in Chicago and a failed one in Tampa. So within that month, there was already 2 other failed assassination attempts. How crazy is that?
Presidents get assassination attempts all the time, though.
I know it, and then you typically don't hear about it. But there was this guy that I didn't know that they just kept dropping his name. His name is Alan Dulles. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I've never heard of him.
Wait, you saying Alan
Bro.
Dulles?
Yeah, Alan Dulles. If you just look this guy up
Yeah.
and you just look at his Wikipedia page right there, it's just screams that he's the guy
the CIA
that,
director, right?
yeah, the CIA
His-
director. He's the
And
guy
his
that
brother
just
was
screams.
his brother was a senator, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Wait a minute.
Like,
Wasn't
if you
Hoover
just
still the
read-
director
like-
at the time?
What?
this guy,
Wasn't Hoover still the director at the time?
FBI. He's
No.
FBI.
yeah,
Oh, FBI.
Yeah.
Okay.
but this guy, Alan Dulles, right? He did so many over the sea coups. They're called coups,
Goose.
right?
Cruise.
Where he, like, if you wanted to assassinate a guy or a power, this is the guy you would call. Like, he sets everything up. He has so many assassination attempts on other countries, peoples, is unbelievable. He also did the MK Ultra, crazy, and the Bay of Pigs, and he got fired by Kennedy. And then as soon as he got
I would
fired,
fire my entire staff after the Bay of Pigs.
But then what really did too is like after he got fired, he got hired for the Warren Commission Committee, which was to cover up the assassination. Dude, I mean, like this guy single-handedly was the director of the whole thing.
Oh, that's what it was. His brother was the Secretary of State under Eisenhower, John Foster Dulles.
Oh, and you know what's so
Is that
crazy
who
too?
they named the fucking airport after?
I think that airport's named after Allen Dulles.
Okay.
It's named after
And
the
you know
Dulles guys.
And you know what is so crazy too is that Eisenhower, how he had that speech about the military-industrial complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after that, people are saying like Eisenhower warned JFK about that because JFK
Oh no, it's
took
named
off
for Foster Dulles. My bad. Wait, say that
their
again.
brothers.
Yeah.
The Dulles brothers.
Yeah,
But anyway, after Eisenhower,
Alan Dulles
after Eisenhower,
resigned after Bay of Pigs.
but after Eisenhower did that speech, he warned JFK about like the military industrial complex and secret societies and stuff like that. And JFK did a speech about secret societies and stuff like that. And let me tell you something, these guys back then, like in the 50s and 60s, you can tell like they were smart. They articulate their speech is very good compared to like what we would hear nowadays. Like
'cause
everything
what we
is
hear
so dumb.
nowadays is 4th grade level to make sure
Everything
it
is
gets to
so
everybody because everyone's fucking stupid.
everything is so dumbed down. But it is extremely interesting to know like that JFK was the president right after Eisenhower. I didn't even know that. And then he gets whacked by the quote unquote deep state or shadow government because I know JFK, they were saying JFK were at odds with the CIA because when JFK got into office, the CIA tried to tell JFK what he should and should not do and stuff like that. And I guess he felt some type of way.
You know what the weird thing about this is to me? Who succeeded JFK?
LBJ.
LB Johnson.
And how many terms did LBJ have?
He was reelected,
sure.
right?
He had 2 terms basically. LBJ, as much as like he was at odds with Kennedy, largely continued his policies. He was just more aggressive with it. He did. Civil rights was something JFK was going to do. Vietnam was JFK's idea. LBJ just carried it through. A lot of the things that LBJ did was continuations of JFK's policies. So my thing is about the whole JFK assassinations was like, if they assassinated JFK for what he was going to do, and LBJ continued for 8 more years doing what he was doing, why not whack him too?
You know what? I'm not
solve at the end of the day. You just change the face of it.
You know what though? I'm not really sure, but you should really look into this guy, Alan Dulles.
I thought everybody said LBJ is the one who had him killed.
A lot of people do say LBJ had him killed. I mean, that inauguration isn't a pretty sight. But like,
it probably wasn't just the one person. It was probably a group of people. And they all came together and conspired against him.
It's just the thing that gets me about the conspiracy. If it was over like what JFK planned to do or ideological, they let the dude who was just like, I'm going to take up the mantle, just continue on without any pushback, really.
Well, I think the rift was like what the rift was that I guess the CIA were doing stuff around the world that wasn't aligning with what JFK wanted, and they basically was pushing back.
I guess,
JFK.
But like, what I'm saying is, at the same time, it's just like what you see during the LBJ.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Would have been pretty much JFK.
I don't know.
It was JFK. Most of his term was what JFK was going to do.
Yeah, maybe on the domestic side, but I think, especially at their Bay of Pigs, I think they felt like JFK lost. He was already kind of pushing back on him, right? A little bit, and then
Yeah.
he agreed. He got talked in the Bay of Pigs, and I think that was like a turning point where, like, hey, we've lost all credibility. Um, I think that's like the conspiracy, right? Was like maybe LBJ continued some of JFK's more domestic and like that kind of
You can't even just say
policy.
domestic because Vietnam happened.
Well, Vietnam happened, but like, there's nothing to say that like JFK would have let us into Vietnam.
It was his idea.
We don't really
Vietnam?
We don't.
We were
That was-
dipping our toes into Vietnam during JFK. It's just LBJ
I heard the.
continued on with it. Vietnam
I heard-
was heating up since Eisenhower.
Not like that though. I don't
don't
think
know-
there is.
I don't know if JFK would have instituted a draft, but we would absolutely go to Vietnam regardless.
I don't know. That seems a little more out there. I think that was one of those things where like the CIA and those guys kind of wanted to go, and I think they were more they saw value there, and like I think that's like the whole conspiracy, right? It's like, yeah, LBJ might have continued on some similar policies of JFK, but he was going to give the CIA or whoever more autonomy to do what they wanted to do. That's the whole theory.
It's possible. I mean,
Where
Maybe under
JFK would have
JFK.
he would have reined them in more.
maybe
Yeah,
Agent
he
Orange
would've
wouldn't
ran
have
them in.
happened under JFK.
But dude, when I tell you, all you have to do is go to this guy Alan Dulles' Wikipedia page and just read it. It's insane. Like this man was doing business deals with the Nazis and stuff like that.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
everyone was. Everyone was at the West.
Right.
Everyone was.
But I'm saying, dude, it's unreal. Like MK Ultra, all that stuff, and like, dude, it even lists like the Iranian coup, Guatemala coup, the Cuban. They tried to kill. He was the guy that was trying to kill Castro. Like this guy was the top guy of assassinations. Like it's and then they want to be like, oh yeah, like I didn't know the 50s were like all about assassinations, like
The
world
50s
round.
were wild, dude. The 50s and early 60s were wild with assassinations. We were at the height. That was the height of the Cold War. You know,
I
That
know,
was
and it
when-
was-
before we realized the communists were kind of incompetent.
That's what I'm trying. They were all like, it was the height, and they were all led by this guy.
Someone had to lead them, right?
So
But,
like,
like,
wouldn't
it-
he?
I mean,
he's
with
like
the-
the number one suspect.
I mean, dude, we were like 2 seconds to midnight throughout the 50s. It was crazy. Like, there was a few times where nuclear Armageddon came down to one person standing in front of a button.
Dude, I'm just saying, man. Like this guy, I'm surprised. Like I never heard of this guy until that I watched that hearing. And
I mean,
I'm
Dulles is pretty notorious. Like he's not like a obscure figure. Like people know who Alan
I think
Dulles
it's
is.
Yes. There was
I
like
think
one
it's just-
story. There was like one story. I don't know if it was Dulles, but it was definitely CIA of them like inviting a whole bunch of people to a cabin party and just poisoning them with LSD.
Dude.
And like a couple suicides happened like straight after. It was crazy.
Well, it sucks because like this guy, he was like, I mean, I don't know like what the CIA is supposed to do or what they're supposed to do, but he definitely gives them a bad name. But I could tell why they would keep him in the shadows. Like, I mean, but then again, you for this world, you need a guy like Alan Dulles, though. You need this guy because
He's pretty ruthless.
I mean, that's what
Dude.
this is everything born during World War II. I mean, the height of espionage came from the war.
And then JFK
MI6,
fired this guy.
Scotland Yard, CIA. It wasn't even CIA back then. It was something else.
OSS.
Yep.
How you gonna?
OSS.
How you gotta be scared if you fired like the top guy that assassinates people all around the world.
Well, there was like what 50 attempts on Castro's life, and none of them worked. I mean,
No,
eventually you
dude.
got to go in a different direction. If the explosive cigar couldn't work,
No, it's not just see, that's the thing. It's not just Cuba or Castro. It's
personally,
Iran.
if I was the president and we're in a Cold War with Russia, and we couldn't assassinate a guy on an island 50 miles off the coast of our states, I'll be pretty pissed.
Yeah. But it wasn't in the hearing, they made it sound like they were going to assassinate Castro, but JFK didn't want to. That's where the conflict was that's where there was conflict.
Then why did you Bay of
Because
Pigs?
JFK didn't want the Bay of Pigs to happen.
Bay of Pigs was
That's why
him.
Well, he got talked into it. He was pretty against it, and the Joint Chiefs talked him into it.
Oh,
that's what they were saying in the hearing, and I mean, like,
I mean, at the end of the day, the president signs off on it, but like, yeah,
Right.
he didn't want to do it. Apparently,
And I guess, like, a lot of
like-
soldiers, like, died because,
Oh, they
it was a disaster.
it was abandonment,
they
right?
abandoned them.
Yeah.
They never gave them the air support like they told them they would have. They said they would have, they sent the rebels in, they trained them up, they sent them in, and then they didn't back them up.
Yeah,
And well, there was also like a leak, and they knew that they were coming, and they got just completely obliterated.
It was pretty bad. But like, if he did get talked to it, the missile crisis, how can you not respond to that at the same time? You had to respond.
and you know what too? This is a little side note, but I guess, like, Allen Dulles and, like, the Chase Bank and another group, they were, like, so heavily involved in Nazis. Like, if you look at the Chase symbol, it looks like a swastika. Have you I never noticed it until it was pointed
You
out.
should check out who the first leader of the United Nations was.
Dude, some of this stuff is
But
it's so
denazification was a failure.
But the crazy part is like, when you're living in the 60s and 70s, there's no internet. That extra dimension isn't there. Like, you can't really go back into time and stuff like that and look at it from all different angles like we can now. So it's like they're going about it a certain way. Like, even with us, like, there's, like, if we was to do something now that's, like, off the internet, maybe in, like, 20 years we can time travel and really see what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, there's that extra dimension that they weren't aware of, that now it's coming back, and it's like, man, this guy is crazy. And he's just sitting there in this picture smoking a pipe like everything's all right.
Dude, I mean, like, it was crazy times back then. Like, there was a time I was like, man, what would happen if I lived in the 60s, dude? That would have been fucking
Different
cool.
world, bro.
Different world. I would have gone to Woodstock though.
I mean, them hippies, man.
Damn
Yeah.
hippies.
The hippies who are currently ruling us right now.
If you ever get a chance, though, you should read up on this guy. Like, it's just to be like, man, this is crazy.
But what you said, like, former Nazis, they found pretty good success in the United States and, like, the USSR. They were still around. I mean, even, like, former Nazis got powerful positions within the United Nations and even NATO.
Yeah, well, we know that.
It was mostly because when Germany was defeated, we needed that. We still needed them as a bulwark against the communists because they were right on the border. So we did everything we can to empower West Germany. And so we ended denazification pretty quickly because we needed Germany back. We needed them back. We switched very quickly to against, anti-Stalinism, anti-communism.
Yeah, I mean, Operation Paperclip is a real thing.
Yeah, real thing. Werner von Braun, father of NASA, Nazi.
Yep.
I mean, the cosmonaut program was headed by former Nazis in the USSR. A lot of CIA payroll agents were former Nazis, like Klaus Barbie.
Oh, dude, and then I was watching the hearing too, and they're there to talk about, like, like, the evidence and stuff about Kennedy and stuff like that, and then you get the governor, you get like 3 governors or whatever, 3 Congress people. I don't know who they were, but one guy was from Chicago, the guy Raja or whatever. And they're like,
Raja?
he's like holding up signs and stuff like that, and he's like going hard at the guy that's presenting evidence that it was the CIA or whatever, and he's like, "You voted for Donald Trump. You said this on Twitter in 2008. You did this, you did that," and everybody's
don't
like,
listen to
"Bro."
anyone from Chicago, dude. They have the worst we have the worst politicians. Worst politicians.
But it was kind of like, yo, we're here to talk about the evidence with Kennedy, and you're talking about Donald Trump.
I mean, they don't call it the Windy City because it's windy. It's because they're blowhards.
You know, that was the thing too. They said Kennedy made a deal with the mob here in Chicago to win Chicago.
Yeah, that's like a lot of it. They said that his dad was like really tied in with the mafia, and he bought the elections.
Yeah, I mean, they're still trying to find that Teamster's body. Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, that body's gone. But yeah, that's
the mafia is crazy, dude. Like, if you ever looked into the La Cosa Nostra.
La Cosa Nostra. I just started rewatching Sopranos. So,
dude, Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire, some of the best from HBO, dude.
Boardwalk Empire.
I love Boardwalk Empire, dude.
Sopranos is good too, man.
Sopranos, man. Anytime that song comes on at the beginning,
got yourself good.
Dude, because when you watch the Sopranos, you're
that's when I'm winning money.
That's like real. They played it so good.
Yeah, a monster being a psychiatrist. Come on.
Oh yeah,
great. It's great, dude.
Dude, but like the real life mafia, dude, nuts, dude. Just like Luciano, Capone, all of them cool. Even like the Jewish mafia. Nuts with like Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Moran. Fucking cool as hell, dude. Talk about a nation within a nation.
I know. They say the Jewish mafia owns Hollywood.
Probably. I mean, the Italian mafia wherever the Italian mafia took over, the Jewish mafia was right next to them.
Yeah,
I mean, and the Italian mafia built a lot of things that we just take as normal. You know, they built Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Vegas, yeah, they did.
And then they killed the guy who built it.
That's crazy, dude. The whole thing's wild.
There's a plaque at the Flamingo for him.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
All right. It's all the time we have left. Thank you so much for listening to The Backside. This is Jay signing off.
This is S.
This is C Money Vegas.
Thanks for listening.
Vegas.